I think Grandma's the good luck charm. Oh, sitting on the shelf. We are in Wisconsin. Days since asked for Blanton's.
It's really dark.
How much is the E.H. Taylor? Well, we are on the road again, and this time we're hunting in the land of meat and cheese, or beer and cheeseheads, the great state of Wisconsin. I've got a special guest with me today. Grandma is joining with me on this bourbon hunt today. We're hoping to find some old dusty bourbons, maybe some of those new releases that were just dropped within the last couple of weeks, maybe some hidden gems as well. So if you're a fan of bourbon and whiskey, along with this ride, we're crossing off another state, Wisconsin now done. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button below and smash that like button so you don't miss out on more of these bourbon hunts. We've got more on the way here over the next couple of weeks that you're not going to want to miss out. So let's get on with the hunt. First stop of the trip, we are in Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Superior Discount Liquors, the land of beer and cheese. Can we walk away with any good bourbon in the land of beer and cheese? We're going to be looking for a couple of local distillery bottles potentially, and if we can find any of those highly allocated rare bottles. Probably doubtful because it's just after Father's Day, and a lot of these stores were probably raked clean, but fingers crossed we find something good. New Glarus Brewing, we might even have to get some of that beer, some of the best beer out there.
What kind of beer?
Spotted Cow. You ever have it, Grandma?
No, never.
No?
No.
So you walk in, big store, glass case. How's it going?
Good morning.
Doing well,
Good,
thank you. There's a barrel up front. Love that Chattanooga Bottle and Bond. Hard Truth Harvest Rye. On the end cap. You got the 6, 7, 8, and even the 5. That's the Repeal Reserve series. The 5 is the best out of those. Lux Row, is this the Sherry Cask Lucky 7, the Proprietor? How about that? This just dropped the other day. The Green River, this is in celebration for the 250th anniversary of the Army. $47.99 from Green River. We're gonna grab that today. That's for sure coming home with us. Wyoming whiskey. Are you gonna hold it? Thank you, Grandma. Driftless Glen, and then J. Henry and Sons. Those are both two local distilleries, or Wisconsin distilleries at least. And then the Remus Babe Ruth down here. Oh, this is the Kyle Busch single barrel, selected by Kyle Busch. Rebel. I've seen a couple of those pop up, but not the biggest Kyle Busch fan. But either way, all right, looks like the bourbon aisle is this way. Following your lead, Grandma. All right, here. So Old Smoky, you got the regular makers. What is Buck Dancer? Never seen this one before. Certified Organic Distilling, La Crosse Distilling Company out of La Crosse, Wisconsin. Heirloom Red Corn, made with, it's a new one to me. That's a local one. This would probably be the same thing. Great Lakes Distillery and Tattersall Whiskey. Lady Bella Coffee Whiskey, Rye Whiskey. A lot of new ones I haven't seen. This is actually just north of where I used to live, Pritchard's, but straight bourbon whiskey finished in maple syrup, New Richmond, Wisconsin. Where's the whiskey from? Distilled and bottled by 45th Parallel Spirits, $57. Already surprised with what we're finding. Twisted Tea whiskey, that's a no for me. Bullet. This one's made in Cincinnati.
Oh.
Dexter. So your regular shelfers, Old Crow at the bottom, $19.99. Wild Turkey Rare Breed, that's a really good price, $48.99. Same with the Kentucky Spirit, single barrel. Which larceny barrel proof is this? C924, right at $59.99. Well, I'll tell you what, the store's got great pricing. Whistle Pig, Penelope. Good to see Redline on the shelf. This is the experimental French Oak and Apple Brandy Casks, $99.99. Ben Holiday, Davies County. The Isla cask. So this is probably peated. Tennessee High Malt Isla Scotch casks, yes. Dockside Bourbon Whiskey, 12-point bourbon. I don't know if I've ever seen that. Drop Tine 12-point bourbon. Bottled by Drop Tine Spirits. Does it say where it was made?
Oh.
12-point. I wish that meant it was 12 years. Whiskey finished in brandy barrels. Dora County. I'm assuming this is from them as well. Proudly distilled, aged, bottled in Wisconsin. Central Standard out of Milwaukee. $39.99.
There's your Bardstown.
Yeah. Bardstown Origin Series. This is the best of the bunch in my mind. But this is always, well, there's some collaborative Foursquare. More Green River. Rebel, Woodinville. Redemption. Looks like the Rise might be behind us. Canadian whiskey as well. Driftless Glen, the single barrel rye. This is a, well, this is the bourbon, but it says single barrel rye on the. Getting a phone call?
Mama.
Oh, go ahead. I can mute your mic.
My phone is in the car.
Oh, so this is out of Baraboo, Wisconsin.
Hello. We're in the store right now, liquor store.
Master
I said we're in the liquor
Penelope
store right
Toasted
now, and I'm using
Rye,
my watch to talk to you. My phone's in the car.
Green River Rye.
Okay, call us when you, well, we just wanted to say hello.
You just wanted to what?
James E. Pepper Decanter. Jack Daniel's Single Barrel. What is this? Hankey's Whip, made in Ireland. Okay, Keeper's Heart, love to see that. That's from Minnesota. And then J. Henry. So, pretty good selection. Great pricing. Let's see if there's anything hidden in the store. Cool.
Do you have any questions at all?
No, pretty good selection. How do you guys handle your allocations?
Allocations, so that is, depending on what it is, we mainly will put it up here, maybe on the top shelf there, or
Okay.
side shelf there.
Okay.
But some of them with like the higher ends, like Buffalo Trace or Eagle Rare,
Yeah.
if we get them in, we don't usually get a lot of them.
Yeah.
One of my managers does is he does calls unicorns,
Yeah.
where he will hide them throughout the store in
Ah.
random areas
Cool.
for people to actually all have an equal chance.
Yeah.
Because we know if we put an actual shelf case for it, gone within a day.
Right.
So we have that. I mean, if there's anything specific you guys are interested in at all, I mean, the only two other cool things is we got these two, which are store picks
Yeah.
from our store. A coworker of mine actually got to go to the distilleries to choose them out. Both.
Cool.
And the J. Henry is actually that barrel there.
Oh, okay.
We got all of them bottled, and they actually get to let us keep the
Yeah.
barrel and stuff.
Straight bourbon whiskey. That's distilled down there too, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah. Him and my boss went on a trip down to do some tastings there, and he knew about the Driftless Glen that he was going to do a store pick,
Yeah.
but he didn't know about the J. Henry, and so that one was a surprise that they got.
Nice.
Yeah.
5-year-old, 122 proof.
We did have a rye version of that one, but that one was sold relatively quickly.
Good.
We might have some more in the actual bourbon and whiskey aisle
Okay.
on one of our end caps, but
Yeah.
that'd be the only thing I know of at least.
Cool. I'll go pop and check it out. But
No problem.
and then you said other
Yes.
here.
So the other ones up here would be our higher end ones.
Yeah.
This is more of our just higher end section, is more of the side one here.
I hear you. Whistle Pig. We've got the Widow Jane, and then Magnus Cigar Blend Batch 404. Man, they get cranking those out. Heaven Hill Grained Glass. Rye 3 or RY3, depending on how you want to pronounce it. Roan's Creek Nose Mill. That's one of the best Nose Mill prices I've seen in a long time. And then the Boss Hog 11, $600. Out of my price range today, Grandma.
I guess so. Out of mine a long time ago.
I think we're gonna go with the.
Go look.
We'll go with the Green River today.
All right.
Oh, it died.
Sorry about this.
That's all good. It happens.
Does indeed.
First thing Monday morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you
It
busy
was-
yesterday?
We had a decent influx of people, I'd say. I mean,
Good.
it being
Father's Day,
Yeah.
yeah.
There we go.
Cool.
Total is $50.63 on the card.
Doo-doo. And can I get a receipt as well? Yes, thank you.
Of course. Would you like that in the bag?
No, we can carry it. Jared, thank you very much,
Guys are
man.
all
It was
set.
good to meet you.
Hey, good to meet you.
Stop one, success. The Green River 250th Army Anniversary Edition. So one stop, one bottle. Today the goal, stay under $500 and under 5 bottles, or maybe 5 bottles. We'll see. Let's move on to the next spot. Stop number 2 of the day, Sheboygan Liquor Department. Also attached to a gas station. Something about Wisconsin and liquor stores attached to gas stations. We're gonna see if they've got anything inside. Area seems a little different, up and coming. We'll see if there's any hidden gems. All right, here's the store. Whiskey on the back wall.
Also here on the side.
Oh, there's some over there
Here-
on the side.
Here too.
Oh, big stick. I've seen this before. I believe they put a stick inside the bottle.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, to continue the aging process. To me, a little bit of a gimmick. Cognac finish, J. Henry. What is Writers of Tears? Irish whiskey, triple distilled. And then the Kentucky Owl Takumi, Penelope Rosé Cask, Wiseman, George Remus, New Bourbon Whiskey, this way, okay. Small batch number 9, Iowa whiskey. Never seen this one. This is a blend of tamed and transformed by forces of nature. It is straight bourbon whiskey, bottled by Algoma, Wisconsin, Unbound Spirits. $139.99. Must be a new brand to me. Not a huge selection, but some new and different stuff. Slow and Low, coffee old fashioned, and then rock and rye. There's that 12 point again. Cedar Ridge. That's very good. Did a review on that a couple of weeks ago. And you said over here behind you was more? Ah, yes, the old shelfers. Green Bay Packer fans, Crown Royal. And then Jack Daniels, Puncher's Chance, Wild Turkey. This is an older looking bottle. Oh, nope, that's just the regular Wild Turkey. I thought that was 101. Beam, Early Times, Jameson. Oh, Fireball. Yeah, that's not bourbon.
Okay.
Okay. Well, quick spot. Real quick, before we get back to the bourbon hunt, let's talk about something that we have all dealt with before. Hangovers. If you're a fan of bourbon, I'm gonna venture a guess you've had a rough morning or two, all because of a hangover. I know I've had a lot more than I care to admit. That was until recently because of these lifesavers right here. I present you Hanglite Gummies. They're packed with stuff like DHM and milk thistle, which help your body bounce back and recover faster while you sleep, so you have a much better morning after a night full of drinking. These are no chemicals. They are full of natural ingredients that help support liver health, as well as limit that brain fog that you usually have a night after, or the day after a night full of drinking. If you did want to give these a try, there is a 10% off code in the link in the description below. Just use code Brandon10. That'll get you that 10% off. Now let's get back to talking about bourbon. Our next stop, we are in Manitowoc, Wisconsin. That is in between Green Bay and Milwaukee on the eastern edge of Wisconsin, right along Lake Michigan. You may remember Manitowoc as the city from that Making a Murderer documentary on Netflix. We're at Northshore Liquors. Let's see what they're all about. Right on the money. Great price. After you, Grandma? Ham's beer. That's what I used to drink right after I got out of college. All right. They're really strong about their Wisconsin pride, right? Mm-hmm. Hello. Lagavulin. So you got your scotch right here. Green Spot Irish Whiskey, $64.99. That's a good price on that. Lagavulin, $16. If you're a fan of Scotch, not necessarily my jam. Canadian whiskey, the Bourbon Isle, right down here. Elijah Craig Barrel Proof C924. We're looking for C923. That's the hidden gem that would be great to find on a day like today. This is Limousine Rye. This is also made in Wisconsin. This comes from Dancing Goat Distillery in Cambridge, Wisconsin. It's the first time we've seen anything from Dancing Goat today. OGD 114. Elijah Craig Small Batch, Larceny, Russell's Reserve Single Barrel. This is just the plain old single barrel. Ugly Dog S'mores Kentucky Bourbon Cream. It's a new one to me. This comes from Chelsea, Michigan. Where's Chelsea, Michigan, you know?
I do not know. I wonder if
Kentucky.
it's Lower Michigan.
Probably. Bottled by Ugly Dog Distillery. $24.99 next to the screw. I bet you that, you don't like peanut butter and chocolate mixed together though, so I would
No.
say I would probably mix those together.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Jack Daniels in a tin. That's a handle, that's why. And then down here, got wine, a lot of Kessler blended whiskey. Johnny Walker in the black label, and then the rum. So not a huge selection, but they sure love their beer. See if they've got anything up front.
Oh, behind the counter maybe.
Yeah. Well, here we go, right down here. So that's Larceny B524, Elijah, E.H. Taylor Small Batch, and then Buffalo Trace. How much is the E.H. Taylor? $89.99. Heaven Hill Grain and Glass, and then the Muckety Muck. It's a 26-year-old single grain Scotch whiskey. I've never seen that one before. Doragon Ferrala whiskey. That's a new one to me. And then Johnny Walker Blue. I will say, my favorite beer.
Oh, you and Mr. Shine.
Yeah, Spotted Cow. One of my favorites. Only in Wisconsin. Fresh and cold. Small selection there. A little too pricey to me for the E.H. Taylor, by a little bit out of my price range, but can't go wrong with some New Glarus Spotted Cow, especially when you're driving through Wisconsin and they only sell it in Wisconsin. Had to pick some up. So we might have to do a review on the channel. Let me know in the comment section below if that's something you'd be interested in, if you know anything about New Glarus beer. So drop that in the comments and let's get on to the next spot. Next stop, we are still in Manitowoc, but we are at another Superior Discount Liquors. Had success at the first one. Seems like this is a pretty big chain here in Wisconsin. Let's pop in, see if they've got any more hidden gems inside here today. Here we go. Oh, automatic door. All right, now hiring. All righty. How's it going?
Good.
Bourbon Isle, this way?
Yes.
Thanks. A big, nice store. Fireball right on the end cap, probably for Father's Day this past weekend. All those golfers. All right, J. Henry, single barrel, discount picks, 67. Looks like the Driftless Glen Rye. Oh, here it is, $54.99. 9 years old, distilled, aged, and bottled in Baraboo. A 9-year-old for $54 at 124 proof. That's a good price.
What's
and then
this
the
one?
bourbon, 7 years old, $54.99. Does it have anything about the mash bill? Cask strength. I don't see anything. Cool little indentations you can see on the bottle. It's a thumbprint.
Oh,
The fingerprints on the
good to
bottle.
grab it with.
Yeah,
But you have to have a man-sized hand.
I see. Yeah. It says aged 5 years on the top left, but then it says aged 9 years down the bottom right. So it's a 9-year-old rye whiskey. That's a great price for 9-year-old whiskey. All right, let's see what they got on the shelf. your bullets. Single barrel bullet. Casey Jones had, oh, they've got the barrel cut at $44.99. This is 3.2 years old, 109.6 proof. The Boo Rye, Knob Creek, smoked maple, Long Branch, Pendleton. I didn't know Pendleton had a 10-year-old bourbon, aged 10 years, 90 proof. Why are they proofing it down to 90 proof? Distilled in Indiana, bottled by Hood River Distillers in Hood River, Oregon. So MGP whiskey at 90 proof. Four Roses. There's that Door County again. Ben Holiday. Oh, all four of them. So they've got the regular bottle and bond, the soft red wheat bottle and bond. Those are some amazing prices, actually. I believe those are usually $60. The Red House, or the soft red wheat Rickhouse proof, easy for me to say, which we touched on and did a blind in the top right of your screen. And then the Ben Holiday regular Rickhouse proof. So that's going to be the higher aged and higher proof. 123.3 proof and then 121.5. Great price on the weeded. There's that Buck Dancer again. $44.99. I'm intrigued by that. Blue Run, slow cut Old Elk. Old Elk just got bought out by Middle West Spirits, if you didn't know that. Yellowstone Toasted, Johnny Drum. Seems like Wisconsin's a big whistle pig state. Single barrel, single barrel, single barrel. Chicken Cock, Horse Soldier. And which barrel proof? A125, $79.99. Ancient Age, you got your low shelfers. Keeper's Heart, Irish plus bourbon cask strength. I've not had the cask strength version. The Irish plus bourbon's decent. Some bourbon cream. Dickel, Larceny small batch. More behind me, looks like it's the Rise. So Templeton, High West, Pendleton, Canadian rye whiskey, 12 years old, $40.99. Whistle Pig, small batch, Pikesville, Middle West rye. Oh, $39.99 for that. That's a great price. So if you're in Wisconsin, looks like Discount Liquor or Superior Discount Liquor is the spot to be at. I think we're gonna grab that Driftless Glen Rye. $54.99 for a 9-year-old rye. Oh, there's more over here. Looks like all three of the new Red Label Four Roses, $49.99. That's at MSRP. So the OBSF, OESO, and the OESK. Looks like the OESO is the more popular because that's the only one left on the shelf. Knob Creek cask strength. That's the highest proof I've seen so far. 127, $61.99. Just did a pick for them for the Kentucky Bourbon Festival. Heaven Hill Grain to Glass. $99.99 for the regular bourbon. Basil Hayden 10. Not a huge fan. Oh, the Doc Holliday 15. I believe this is buff turkey. It's one of the better prices for a buff turkey that you're going to see out there. Oh, sitting on the shelf. Elijah Craig 18, bottled January 13th, 2025, $169.99, and 1972 full proof. Doesn't have a sticker on it, so just a regular bottle. One at $49.99. Oh, and more over here too. Here's the Whistle Pig piggy bank. I'm going to put this down here. So, Grandma, this is a piggy bank that has whiskey in it. 10 years old. Oh, and there's the Green River again.
Interesting.
Just picked one up just down the street, and a really good price on the cigar blend. These continue to jump up. That's batch 317. So, cool. All right. Oh, Old Fitz. Is this for grabs?
Yes.
Oh, what's the price on this? Do you know?
I believe 189, but I'm not sure.
189?
Well, I can do a price.
Yeah. I hope it's not 189.
Oh, $54.99.
$54.99. Yes, please, and thank you. So, Driftless Glen and the Old Fitz 7. Both at 54.
116.03.
116.03. Is it a swipe or a...
We can tap.
Okay. Signature needed. Awesome. Well,
And you are all set, sir.
thank you very much.
You are welcome. You have a good day.
You as well.
Enjoy.
We will. I think Grandma's the good luck charm. We got an Old Fitz for under MSRP. I believe that's supposed to be $60 bottle, priced out at $54.99. I think that was the last one as well. Good luck charm, Grandma. Hey, on to the next store as we're on towards Green Bay. Hit that subscribe button and let's get on the road. It has been a long day here so far in Wisconsin. We are at our next stop here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Well, technically it's the village or the town of Ashwaubenon, and we're at Ridgeview Liquors. I don't even know what stop number this is. It's not even noon. I think this is either stop 5 or 6 on our track from the Chicago suburbs here in northern Wisconsin. Ridgeview Liquors, I've been following these guys on Facebook for a while. Usually have a pretty good selection out there anytime they drop something online. So gonna pop in, see if they've got anything that's gonna make us wanna do the Lambo Leap.
And a Lambo Leap to the south end zone stands.
I'm not a Packers fan, but I'll do it if I can find something rare or pretty cool. Let's go check them out. All right. Let's go in.
Right behind you.
Cute little store. Green Bay Packers, Crown Royal, Bullet right up front. Oh, look at those boxes. Let's see. Oh, more Driftless Glen samples available. Picked up a 9-year-old. Here's a 7-year-old single barrel. Oh, Kings County. Hazmat single barrel, $169.99. And then there's a $89.99, 148.2 proof. Look how dark that is.
I see that. That is really dark.
No, you're good. Thank you. $69.99 cast strength. That's a rye, isn't it? Yeah, single barrel rye whiskey. And here's the Myers rum. All right, what do they got on the shelf? Bourbon cream. We've seen a lot of Buffalo Trace bourbon cream around here. All right, here we go. Red breast. See, that's something we can't find in Kentucky right there, or not a whole lot of. Yellow spot. It's Irish whiskey, green spot, $60.99 for the green spot, yellow spot at $139.99. Michter's Line, again, Whistle Pig. That seems to be, you don't necessarily always see Whistle Pig like this. More J. Henry. This is the Wisconsin brand. So we got straight bourbon, Patton Road Reserve, ice cream drinks in Martin, $72.99. That is La Flamme Reserve, 5. Saz Rye, Michter's Barrel Strength Rye. Looks like they're sold out. That would be the one to buy if it was on the shelf.
You don't have any in the back?
We'll see if they have any in the back. I doubt it. Toasted Peerless, that's a good price. We just saw that last week in Kentucky, right about that same price. Statesman, the Old Forester lineup. General Shelfers here, you got Kentucky Spirit, so that's going to be a single barrel at 101 proof. Just announced today that the Russell's 13 this year, the 2025 edition, going to be the highest proof ever in the 120s. Puncher's Chance, I've never tried anything from Puncher's Chance, the Undisputed. I think this is the guy who does the voice for MMA and like, let's get ready to rumble. I think he's the guy who.
Oh, voice for that.
Old Charter, Wheel Horse. Old Thompson American. What is this? Bourbon whiskey with natural flavors. Okay, well that means they added something and it's down at 60 proof. No thanks. Here's a crazy thing. Evan Williams single barrel. Kentucky, the price is $45. In Wisconsin, $32.99. This was barreled on the 27th of October in 2016, bottled in October, literally a day after its 8th birthday. So 8-year-old single barrel, Evan Williams. That Buck Dancer, again, keep seeing that. That's not a bad price on the redemption on sale there as well. Driftless Glen. 100 proof rye, the 10-year, 9-year-old bourbon at $37.99. Bowman, the bonded line. This, if you are trying to get into rye whiskey, which is this Barrel House 1-06, I believe between 8 and 13 are the Coy Hill rick houses or rack houses or warehouses, but $64.99 barrel proof rye at 130.8 proof. That one's to pick up if you haven't had it before. Beautiful selection.
Wow.
Hard Truth, I like to see this being represented here. This is the bourbon. I'd probably go with the sweet mash bourbon out of those three. Not a huge fan of the Farmer's Reserve sweet mash. This is the Amburana, I believe. It's good. It's one of the better Amburanas, but I'm kind of done with the Amburana phase. Southern Star. Haven't had a whole lot from Southern Star. They're out of South Carolina, I believe. North Carolina. Get it right, Brandon. And then Old Elk, Woodson. So, oh, getting too old for this up and down thing. My knees are not handling it. Oh, right behind it, more over here. 2XO, American Oak, French Oak. And then you got the Penelope lineup with the Architect, Dexter, Noah's Mill. Nulu was just hanging out with Chase the other day out in Louisville. So 57 ABV, 114 proof. That's just a regular bourbon. Love to see Ben Holiday out and about. All four from the lineup. So you got the regular, the Rickhouse proof, then the soft red wheat, and then the soft red wheat Rickhouse proof. It's always hard for me to say. Bibb and Tucker, Kings County. So this is just the regular 90 proofer. I didn't realize Kings County was so well distributed here in Wisconsin. And Journeyman Distillery. Graham and I were just talking about them in the car. And then Bardstown. Man, not getting love down there. Starlight, want some over here? Small batch 1792. This is the Elements. I think this is a Amburana and honey finish. Straight bourbon whiskey, finished Amburana oak barrels, 103 proof. Stranahan's. If you're trying to get into single malt whiskey, Stranahan's is the way to go. American single malt out of Colorado. It's $48.99. That is their original. I think it's like 90 proof. Single malt, 47 ABVs, 94 proof. Over here, more Whistle Pig. This is the Liquid Death. So this is proofed with Liquid Death mountain water. Limited edition, $67.99. That decanter series is great. Batch C924 for the Larceny. Redwood Empire Van Dusen. That was a decent rye whiskey. Sagamore Spirit, I don't think it's enough love out there. That's great stuff as well. There's a Penelope Wheated. That's the best price on a Penelope Wheated I've seen so far. $32.99. The Barrel Foundation Double Barrel, $51.99. Did a review on that, top right of your screen. It's a very solid, that's the cheapest bottle you're gonna find from Barrel Craft Spirits, especially 5 years, $51.99. And then the Baby Jane and Whittle Jane. And when in Wisconsin, more Spotted Cow like we picked up earlier today. Jack Daniels. You got a Hazmat Kings County? Yeah, would love to. If you've got a sample of it. This is the funniest sign I've seen ever. Days since asked for Blanton's.
We keep it at 0.
You got any Blanton's?
This is a joke. No, one of our customers made that for us.
That's awesome.
He's like, every time I'm in here, they're asking for it. So I made you this. So, I'm going to start you with a warm-up.
Yeah. No, don't want to go straight Hazmat?
No, I don't think it drinks 148, but if you start with it, it does. For sure. Have you had Southern Star before?
I've had something that they sourced.
Okay.
Fierce and Kind out of South Dakota, San Diego, the other SD. I'm going to put this here.
Did you want any?
Oh.
What's your name? I'm sorry, I didn't.
Sandy,
Sandy? Josh.
nice to meet you,
Nice
Josh.
to meet you.
You have a beautiful store here.
Yeah, it is.
Appreciate it.
Wow, I'm impressed.
Little pick through right now. This weekend was pretty crazy, but
That's
Well, that's
good.
not a bad thing.
Had you been dealing with like a slower couple of months, or?
Yeah, it's slower than normal. Whiskey is just in general.
Yeah.
Hello. Hey. Whiskey in general is starting to slow down a little bit.
Yeah. Tequila picking up for you, or yeah? How you doing?
How you doing? Yeah, tequila. I mean, we added like 70 new bottles of tequila to the. This, unfortunately, you can just toss it. This, unfortunately, is they're pulling it from our state.
The Southern Star?
Yeah, which I don't understand.
That's solid. Was that the weeded or?
That's yeah. I think it's a solid pour for a decent price. We do raffles every once
Yeah.
in a while, and I did a blind with the cast strength one, which is like 108.
Yeah.
The Weather 107, take a label
Yeah.
out of it.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
It was half and half.
Try that with the Bardstown High Wheat.
That one's good too.
I did that with a blind between that Weller Full Proof, OWA, the Rick House Proof,
good too.
Ben Holiday,
Yep.
and then the Maker's Heart Release.
Okay.
And the Bardstown Origin Series finished second, only behind Weller Full Proof.
Yeah. No, it's amazing when you take a label away.
Yeah, it's the best way to do it. Well, the best way to do that is with Blanton's too. It's like, here,
These are all single barrels,
yeah.
so it can be hit and miss,
variation,
but
yeah.
It's a bottle they're chasing.
This is the 148 proofer.
Yep.
Cool. And it's very herbal.
Yeah, a little smoke on the back, sweet
Yeah.
up front. It's different. This is what we have left. So basically what they did with this one
Yeah.
is there's 2 of these barrels in the country. They're keeping 1. They sent this for the draft.
Oh, that makes sense.
The guy was the master distiller, the Packer fan.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so he wanted to have a barrel up here that was just something super unique.
Yeah.
So they took 4 15-gallon barrels, aged them for 8 years,
4 15-gallon barrels for 8 years.
and then married it for another year together in a 15-year, all 4 of them.
Wow. Garage beer.
Yeah.
That's so Braxton Brewing Company. I used to live on Braxton Drive,
Okay.
which is the house where Garage Beer was developed.
Oh, really?
6 doors down.
That's cool. It's popular, especially the lime.
Yeah. Well, the Kelsey brothers have definitely
Yeah.
helped with that one.
Yeah.
Mix and match single beers, 10% off 6 or more. So if you're a craft beer lover, especially if you're in Wisconsin, you're probably going with the New Glarus as a visitor. But cool. Kings County Distillery.
Give her a shot.
Of course. Hazmat, 148 proof.
Hey, how you doing? 179.34.
It's on the do not fly list.
That should be good.
Well, I will call that a success. Ridgeview Liquor, just outside of downtown Green Bay. This is definitely going to make me want to do the Lambeau Leap. A Hazmat Kings County, 148 proof the do not fly list for this one. Takes the trip total, I think we're getting close to $300, 4 bottles so far. I said I was gonna try to stay under 500 or 5 bottles. We've got one more stop to go until we get to the cabin. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We've got one more store to go. Next stop, we are at Woodman's Market on the west side of Green Bay. I think this is stop number 6. That's what I'm going with. I've lost count at this point. It's been a long day, not a whole lot of sleep, but we are moving forward. This is a huge grocery store chain. I used to work in one when I was back into the suburbs of Chicago growing up, but never went in the liquor store because I was underage. So we're gonna pop into the liquor store. I heard they got a great selection. I was told that we need to stop in. So let's go check it out. See if they've got anything cool or notable on the shelves. Well, this is the biggest one we've been to so far today. You can tell it is a grocery store chain. There's more aisles in this liquor store and a grocery store than there are at any of the stores that we've been to so far. Probably combined. Here we go, Irish whiskey section. Green Spot, that's been all over the place, and we can't even find that in northern Kentucky. So, Keeper's Heart, Irish plus American single barrel draft weekend. So that was a special for the NFL draft, which was here a couple weeks ago. Canadian whiskey, regular whiskey. Here we go, aisle number 5. Looks like it's gonna be our aisle. Four Roses single barrel. Tier 3, OESO, 9 years, 11 months. So here's the rye section. Back to the single barrel Jack Daniel's 135.0 and Barrel House 1-6. J. Henry Michter's single barrel. Knob Creek Cask Strength Hemingway Rye. First time seeing this today, or maybe I missed it earlier. Their 102 proofer. This was new too. I haven't seen this one. The Farm Stock Rye, $67.99. This is certainly the best selection we've seen so far today. Jim Beam Rye. Quite the selection. Downtown Tudello Rockin' Rye, $20.99. That bottle almost looks like an Augusta Buckner's 15 bottle. This is rye, wheat, orange, maple syrup. So that is not a rye, that is flavored rye. That is Robber Straight Rye. Cedar Ridge, bottle and bond rye, and then the pepper. Ooh. More Driftless Glen, $38.99 or 2 for $71. All right, bourbon aisle. Kinnick. Great Lakes Distillery whiskey, 86 proof, small batch, $33.99. St. Elmo, that's out of Indianapolis. Anything stand out to you, Grandma? Hill Rock, Solera aged, $98.99. A liquor store that has an overhead speaker. Red Cabin. American bourbon whiskey rested in Cabernet casks. LLC, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Distilled and bottled by. So, $40.99. Watch out, Grandma. Hatch Distilling Company. Fellowship Bourbon. Door County, Wisconsin. Honey Barrel Whiskey. Border Bourbon. New Richmond, Wisconsin. So it looks like we found the Wisconsin section. Here's that Buck Dancer again. And then the Drop Time Apple Moonshine. Yahara Bay Distillers. Barrel aged, 4 years old. Single barrel. Established in 2007. Distilled and bottled by Yahara Bay Distillers, Fitchburg, Wisconsin. Didn't say a whole lot on it.
Widow Jane.
Widow Jane, that's out of New York. This is the regular. They've got one that's finished in maple as well. That's the best price I've seen on a Bardstown Origin weeded automatic savings. So that must mean that you have to be a member here. $45.99 and then $40.99. The strain hands we just talked about a little bit ago. Down here, Bubba's. Got a lot of sales going on. $52.99 for this burning chair. This is out of California from Savage and Cook. I think they changed the way their bottles look, so that's an older bottle. And McLaren Jack Daniels, I don't think that's where that goes. Is that up there? Yeah, so that's $35.99. Okay, moving on. Few Whiskey, Illinois brand, $20.99 for the bourbon. I never bought one. More of the Whistles Pig, Beyond Bonded, $93.99. The Representative, Bibb and Tucker. Yellowstone Store Pick, marked down at $39.99. These are usually pretty money. 119 proof, barreled 18. Wonder when it was bottled. Probably looking at a 6-year-old. Wyoming. Knob Creek, the 9-year, cast strength, 127.9. You know you're in a big liquor store when they've got carts. Laird's Barrel Aged Series. Finish in apple brandy barrels. $24.99. Devil's River Fraser and Thompson whiskey. Who is that? Looks like someone special. $25.99. Doesn't say bourbon. 84 proof. Woodson Bourbon Whiskey. $36.99. And over here, Elijah Craig Barrel Proof A125. Pricing on those. I will say Wisconsin's price has been phenomenal. And here we go. $30.99 each, or $56 for two. So that would be $28 for two of these. It's another 8-year-old. And then what do we got on the end cap? The flavored Evan Williams. And then Busch Latte. $34.99 each, or $32 per if you get two. Full proof single barrel pick. $49.99 by Woodman's. And then behind the registers, this is where we got some more. So we got a full proof 1792 pick. Baby Jane, Canadian Club Larceny, Old Batch. Man, those carts are loud. Penelope Toasted Rye. Man, I was hoping that that was going to be the American Light Whiskey. Old Forester Single Barrel. Craft Spirits. Down below that, you got some Pinhook, the collaboration series with Bardstown. Redline Elements, which is that OESK. And then another regular full proof Chattanooga Bottle and Bond at $49.99. Chattanooga Founders. Ooh, that's a good price. $56.99. And then some of the minis. Oh, Ducks Unlimited up here. The ammunition bottle, $79.99 with a Willet Family Estate Small Batch Rye, $53.99. Nothing amazing or terribly special. The only thing that I would think about would be that Chattanooga down there. That's about it. They had a pretty good selection in Woodman's today, just nothing that really jumped out, maybe other than that Chattanooga Founders, but I'm going to pass on that today, and some of the other local stuff. Maybe on the way home we'll grab some. But that's going to conclude the bourbon hunt today. I'd call that a success. We got 4 bottles under the $400, or right about $400, plus some of that New Glarus Spotted Cow beer. If you did enjoy this, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Share this with some of your other bourbon loving friends. We're just about 11,000 subscribers as I record this, so don't forget to hit that like button as well. A big shout out to all my Patreon members, which you've been seeing scroll right there on the right side of your screen, going from EF0 to EF5. We've got a lot of barrel picks dropping here over the next couple of weeks, more giveaways. So if you want first access to those barrel picks, you're going to want to become a Patreon member right there in the description below. Also, if you're on Discord, don't forget to join the Discord. If you did enjoy this bourbon hunting video, you're going to love some of my other bourbon hunting videos. We knocked Wisconsin off the list today. We're going to be knocking up a couple more states over the next couple of weeks. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on those videos, and check out some more bourbon hunts up there in those videos right there. Cheers.